Hi friends, welcome back. So we're gonna finish dinner. We did our rolls earlier, so now we're gonna start the cottage pie. So I like to do just a pound of hamburger meat. This one is 83.7. And then I also like to add in some Italian sausage. This is sweet Italian, so it should be really good inside there. So we're just going to ground this up and put it into the pan and start cooking. All right, so while our meat is starting to brown, we're gonna go ahead and take a yellow onion and we're gonna dice it, and that'll be added after the meat is starting to cook. All right, so once your meat is almost done browning, you're gonna go ahead and add your onion, and then we're going to also add 1 tablespoon of garlic, minced garlic. You also wanna be starting to boil some water because we will be making some potatoes to go on top. So we're just gonna put that in there and give it a nice stir. Let this finish all browning. All right, so next you're gonna take about a tablespoon of tomato paste and add that in, as well as about a cup of beef broth. It's enough to give it a nice simmer. We'll also be adding about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Just kind of mix that all over. And while it's simmering, we want to go ahead and add in the peas and carrots so those start to cook as well. These are just frozen at Walmart. Super, super easy. So while this is simmering, we're going to go ahead and start adding in our seasonings. We're going to do rosemary, thyme, a mixture of Italian seasoning, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and fresh pepper. And it really is kind of just a preference in what your tastes are. I like heavily seasoned things, so I'll be adding about a tablespoon of each, but you can adjust it to what your preference is. But be sure to go easy on salt and taste test to see if you need to adjust any of the seasonings. So while that's simmering, we're gonna go ahead and start peeling our potatoes and then cutting them into big chunks and just putting them in the water to boil. All right, so I have peeled and chopped 4 big russet potatoes. Now they're gonna go in our boiling water until they're about fork tender. Okay, so our potatoes are done boiling, and you want to drain most of the water, but just keep like maybe 1/4 of a cup. That keeps the potatoes really creamy. Then we're gonna actually add in some heavy whipping cream, about 1/4 of a cup as well. Just kind of eyeball it. Measurements are, you don't need them. Then we're gonna add in, again, some salt, flavor preference. If you like it a little bit saltier, add more or less. And then it's the same with the pepper. It's just your taste preference. And then we're gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of butter. And a good handful of cheese. This is Mexican blend, but you can definitely use cheddar, and that would work totally fine. All right, and then we are going to go ahead and use our hand mixer and mix this up. You want to make sure that they get all of the lumps out so that it makes a really creamy top. All right, so I'm done mixing, really, really creamy. Now we're gonna add everything to the pie pan and put it in the oven. So I went ahead and used an olive oil spray on the pan so that nothing sticks. You're gonna go ahead and take your meat and put it in the bottom. And this makes quite a bit, so use a pretty big pan. And then we're just going to add the mashed potatoes on top. Okay, so we're gonna add the potatoes on top. Once you put all the mashed potatoes on top, I like to take a fork and just kind of draw some lines down it so that as it cooks, it gets really brown and crispy on top. All right, now it's gonna go in a 400-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes, and I'll show you when it's done. All right, she is out of the oven and so pretty. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So we've got our cottage pie and our rolls from earlier. If you haven't seen that video, please go back to my page and check that out. And we've got a beautiful dinner that is ready in under an hour. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it with you. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye.